Hello, dear visitors. Let me greet you at the webinar devoted to these unique opportunities which are offered today by the company Stemford Trading Technologies to its clients, to investors and partners. My name is Viktor Zablowski. I am the speaker of this webinar today, and I am an expert in the field of algorithmic trade at the financial markets. My total work experience includes 7 years of manual trade and 9 years of automated trading in the stock and international monetary market. Over the last 3 years, I have paid much attention to binary options trade. Since 2011 until present, I am an analyst and a financial expert in the group of companies working at the Chicago Stock Exchange. It is a great pleasure to me that you could find time to visit this webinar, and I want to tell you welcome. Welcome to the world of new opportunities, which, as I am sure, many of you will open for themselves from the interesting and attractive aspect, because the professional experts of Stemford Trading Technologies have been working for a long time on improvement of our products and services, and in my opinion, they perfectly managed it. The incredible future of trading technologies today. This is the motto and a slogan of the company, and it is chosen not for nothing and not without the reason. Stemford Trading Technologies opens a door to the future, providing access to the most progressive, innovative and reliable financial solutions to its clients. At today's webinar, we will speak about the company, about those advantages which distinguish it from among competitors, and most importantly, about company's products and services for investors and partners. Benefit from use of the offered products and services is obvious, and it means that having become the client of Stemford Trading Technologies, you will be able to improve quality of your life, gain additional income, receive more financial freedom, and at last, to realize dreams that perhaps have been waiting in the wings for a long time. This time has come. Today you will learn how to realize that what others only dream of. But firstly, let me tell you about the history of our company. The history of Stemford Trading Technologies originates in January 2016, when the group of professional lawyers, economists and traders of the financial markets from the USA and Great Britain rallied for search of essentially new strategy of investment in the market of binary options. It is well known that there is a set of the trade strategies yielding positive results in separate time intervals. Our experts has the goal of search of the robust strategy capable to work profitably irrespective of the current market conditions. The term robust means actually steady against hindrances, changes and emissions. Even non-experts know that at the financial markets there can be both powerful rises and deep recessions. And good, that this robust trade strategy has to work by all means under any market circumstances. It became possible to resolve this problem thanks to a combination of the most progressive algorithms of search of points of an input and output in the uniform strategy with the weight rules of capital management. The robustness, that is, ability to yield positive results in the conditions of the changing market, was reached due to introduction of the modules capable to successfully define the current and next possible phase of the market. Thus, the system is capable to adapt to the actual conditions of its work. After the first results were received, the strategy of binary options trade, created by researchers of Stemford Trading Technologies, was subjected to careful testing and the detailed analysis both on historical data and in real time. Having become sure that trading results are stable and provide sufficient profit, researchers made the decision to found the Stemford Trading Technologies Company to provide all conditions for favorable placement of money for wide circles of investors with various financial opportunities and the time horizons. It was made in November 2016. As a basis of successful advance of the company at the market, the Progressive and Balanced Partner Program was developed, and it is based considerably on the best principles of multi-level marketing. Thus, the partners of the company have achieved the possibility of creation of their own highly profitable business due to such an attraction of investors to the Stemford Trading Technologies. The marketing plan of the company, which is its own unique development, is based on considerable experience and built so that it can provide the greatest of all possible remunerations for partners. The robust trade strategy giving considerable and above all stable income, together with progressive marketing plan, provide the wide field of investment and partner earnings for clients. The Stamford Trading Technologies keeps transparent and exact detailed reporting for its users, and it is ready to provide full information on current situation at any moment. We surely will talk in more detail on each aspect during today's webinar, but for now we are going to consider the key advantages of the company. Each business has its subtleties and nuances, and so it demands first of all a professional approach. The management of the Stamford Trading Technologies company has spent a lot of time to collect and rally the high professional staff, consisting of experts in the fields of internet trading, finance, law and marketing, to provide the highest quality of the services provided. Professionalism cannot be bought. It is acquired by long-term work and experience. Therefore, the best experts of the business were invited to work in the company. Thanks to it, the company succeeded to create the robust trade strategy steady against market changes, which too is very important, as the majority of other strategies give profit only under favorable conditions, and the market, unfortunately, never has to create these favorable conditions for anyone. It lives under its own laws. It is unsteady and sometimes even tricky. But because the strategy of investment of Stamford Trading Technologies has the built-in modules of definition of the current and the next phase of the market, it is possible to provide in general reliable and stable profitability over a long period of time. Binary options were chosen as the instrument of investment, and they, according to many modern analysts and traders, are the progressive instrument of trade at the financial market. Binary options gain deserved popularity today, which is mentioned by many internet media, and it occurs not without the reason. As the instrument of investment, binary options have a number of essential advantages, allowing to consider them the following step in development of trade at the financial markets. Unfortunately, within today's webinar, we have no opportunity to consider this subject deeply, but on the corporate website of Stamford Trading Technologies, additional information is available, which I would recommend you to study. The Stamford Trading Technologies company offers the users of the corporate website a convenient and modern personal account and full technical support on any questions. In the personal account, all detailed information on any operation is available to each investor or the partner of the company from the moment of registration. Special attention was paid to the development of the partner program of Stamford Trading Technologies because its management sees the key to success and common well-being in partnership with successful leaders. The unique and innovative marketing plan provides to partners the possibility of creation of their own successful business within the project and huge opportunities for career development, and also full advertising, methodical, informational and marketing support. In these conditions, one may say that success of your business is only a matter of time if you, in return, are ready to act, grow, and develop. At last, a project kernel, its key advantage is the stable investment income, which is available to investors of Stamford Trading Technologies thanks to the operating robust strategy of trade on binary options. Since it is very important, we will give it the strategy special consideration a little later. In the meantime, to complete the description of the key advantages of the company, I would also like to note that Stamford reacts flexibly to the wishes of its investors and partners by introducing extra incentive. For example, bonuses for reaching the levels of the career ladder on new investment products. For example, an investment strategy with the fixed 22.5% monthly interest. But let's move on, and I will tell you about our trade strategy. So in order to make a profit on trade at the financial markets, it is necessary to have definite answers on the following main questions. When to enter the market, that is, when to open a position at the financial markets. What amount of money is needed to make opening operation? When to close a position or to leave the market, when to prefer to remain out of the market, that is not to have open positions. As we already spoke earlier, the market is very changeable, depending on the current economic situation this or that financial instrument, whether it be currencies, securities, raw materials, or other assets, which are quoted on exchange and off-exchange platforms, the ascending or descending tendencies or trends of different force can be formed, and the so-called flat, that is some lateral motion without any clear trend or consolidation, can be observed. During the publication of important economic news, there can appear sharp price movements, jumps, capable to break the existing tendency and to lay the foundation for a new trend that introduces the amendments in plans of the trader, and not always it favorably affects the trading results. All this is called market phases, and it is very important for definition of points of opening and closing of positions. Stamford Trading Technologies have succeeded to develop the special program modules, capable to identify the current phase of the market with high precision and to predict the next following phase with good probability, and this in turn allows to build trade most adequately and to take the greatest profit. Following the results of long and careful testing of the developed trade strategy, very encouraging results, which allow us to look forward and offer our strategy to a wide range of investors and partners with confidence. Other important component of successful trade is so-called money management, that is, the rules of capital management. On the basis of data computer analysis, the trade strategy of Stamford Trading Technologies is capable to define potential probability of the conclusion of successful transaction at each definite moment, and thanks to it, to vary the volume of the forthcoming operation over a wide range for the purpose of minimization of risks. Certainly, it significantly influences the general results of trade, which will be mentioned a bit later. Summing up the results, let's specify the key advantages of the Stamford Trading Technologies trade strategy. As it is clear from slide heading, the Stamford Trading Technologies specialists consider a robustness the key advantage of the trade strategy developed by them. It is really so, because for profit-making over a long period, it is important that the system works like clockwork at any phase of the market. However, the specified advantage is not the only thing. Investments are made in the most liquid financial instruments, namely leading world currencies, stocks of the most successful American companies, the most demanded raw assets. All this provides a possibility of operations by considerable volume and high turnover of investment funds. Risks are controlled thanks to the fact that binary options are chosen as the instrument of trade, whose key advantage is in, even when opening a position, the size of potential profitability and risk known in advance. Additional plus is the high speed of carrying out operations on binary options that allows, if necessary, to enter the market quickly when the corresponding conditions are created for this purpose. The latest methods and technologies of the computer analysis applied by the experts of Stamford Trading Technologies have allowed to build finally an adaptive, reliable and stable trade system which can be offered with pride to a wide range of investors with various financial opportunities and investment horizons. Application of adequate, thought-over rules of management of the capital gives the chance to offer investors actually not one, but at once three investment programs, which in essence are separate options of realization of basic trade strategy with the specific features. But let's move on and let's take a look at the four types of investment strategies. Till July 2016, the company offered only three strategies: conservative, moderate, and aggressive. Currently, the flagship of the investment strategies line is fixed strategy, the fixed yield strategy. We will first of all talk about that. The work of the programmers, the developers of the Stamford Automated Trading System, did not stop in mid-2016 when they issued their first release. Since that time, the improvement and refinement work on the algorithms of our trading strategy has been going on. That, together with the growth of the capital available for management, allowed us to announce the launch of the new investment product with a higher yield in July 2016. The fixed investment program allows investors who invest $10,000 and above for a period of 1 year or 20 months to receive a stable, fixed, guaranteed by the company, income of 22.5% per month or 270% per annum. That is the highest return on investment among the investment products that are currently available in the company. Further, we will tell you in more detail about the other products, as well as about the differences between them. So there can be a question, why one trade system but three investment programs? The answer to it is very simple and results from the fact that different investors who pursue their specific aims at the financial markets, for someone it is the most important to reduce risks and to keep the available capital, and only in the second turn to increase it as much as possible. Other investors would like to take the greatest possible profit from the available means, even if assuming additional risk. The Stanford Trading Technologies seeks to satisfy the widest range of needs of potential investors, and it is ready to offer everyone the products that maximally answers their objectives. Before we pass to consideration of separate strategies, or in other words, operating modes of trade system of Stanford Trading Technologies, I would like to tell you two words about risks in general. The investor has to be always informed on the risks connected with his activity, because unfortunately risks are inevitable. It will be possible to tell that placement of money on the bank account is a risk-free way to increase the capital, but even it not so. First, any bank can fail, and there are too many such cases. And secondly, it is hardly possible to speak about enhancement of the capital on the bank deposit. And it is all about inflation. The profitability percent on bank deposit, as a rule, is below the current real inflation on this or that currency, and therefore actually the bank deposit provides only some protection of means from depreciation, and no more than that. Setting the task of real enhancement of the capital, the investor has to be ready to assume risks as an inevitable component of investment process, while Stanford Trading Technologies has done everything possible to minimize these risks. But let's take a look at each of our strategies in more detail. The first of the offered strategies is the conservative one. It is intended first of all for investors to whom minimization of risk is important. Working in this mode, the trade system of Stanford Trading Technologies carries out less transactions in general, because only the most prospective operations from the point of view of potential profitability are chosen, and at the same time, the least risky. These transactions are carried out with attraction of rather small volume of investment means, thanks to what, even at the worst outcome, possible losses cannot be big. Everything together gives stable, steady growth of the capital over long periods of time. On the slide, please look at the screen right now. You see two charts. On the left chart, you see linear schedule which shows approximate estimated dynamics of profitability of the conservative investment program. The color of the line of the considered strategy is blue. Other two strategies are shown in gray color for comparison. We will pass to them in the subsequent two slides. On the right column chart, you see a comparative ratio of profitability and risk, and also percent of profitable transactions, right here. Total number of transactions during the work on conservative investment strategy is not big, but the percent of profitable transactions is very high. Because of it, the profitability of the strategy turns out not too high, but risk is as minimal as possible. The next is the moderate trade strategy. It is an ideal balance of rather high profitability due to large volumes of operations and low risks, due to careful selection of potential opportunities for transactions. In general, at this strategy there are more transactions. Their average volume is also higher. As for generation of profit, it is important to involve a bigger share of the investment capital in the trade process. During the work in this mode, the Stanford Trading Technologies trade system takes into account and therefore implements a wider range of possibilities for generation of profit, eliminating only the most aggressive transactions, because for some investors the most important is the good balance of potential profitability of operations and risk. Please pay attention to charts once again. On the left chart, you can see the dynamics of capital growth during the work on moderate investment strategy. Now it is a golden line. It looks already more changeable. Some of transactions can fail. It is a normal phenomenon in instant trading. However, the average growth rate of the capital at the moderate strategy is higher than at the conservative one. On the right chart, you can see that profitability of this strategy is significantly higher, but the column designating risks has also grown up inevitably. and the percent of profitable transactions has decreased a little. Nevertheless, due to the bigger number of transactions, the profitability of this strategy is eventually higher. At last, the aggressive strategy is the operating mode of trade system aimed at the maximum profitability. It is achieved by more active use of the investment capital. Transactions are made most often and with larger volume. This operating mode is intended for the investors wishing to make the most of investment means for the shortest time. Risks at such operating mode of trade system of Stamford Trading Technologies are higher, but these are the thought over and justified risks, as they provide the highest profitability. The operations are carried out with a wide range of financial instruments, many of which bear in themselves the essential potential for commercialization. On the left chart, please now look at the white line. It is clearly seen that the aggressive trade strategy in respect of the growth rate of the capital leaves other investment programs behind. In return, there is a higher risks and rather substantial drawdowns at some time points. The right chart shows that profitability of this strategy is the maximum possible, right here. And even in spite of the fact that the percent of profitable transactions is smaller than with other programs, this strategy is the absolute leader in a part of capital growth rate, owing to a large number of transactions. In the course of its work, Stamford Trading Technologies adheres to the policy of transparency and openness for those data which can interest the potential investor. And this is first of all the information on the current trade operations at each of investment programs. The broker company serving the accounts of Stamford Trading Technologies has given for viewing, or in other words for monitoring, a special technical investor access. Using this access, any investor and in general anyone can open in the only for viewing mode accounts of the company and see all history of transactions and also the current results on open transactions. Broadcasting has a delay of 15 minutes, which prevents possibility of copying of trade operations. For the rest, it is the real trade transferred in streaming mode. Thanks to technical access in investor regime, you can see everything that happens with the trading accounts of the company, almost as if you traded personally. They can raise a question of how to operate your own financial assets and how to choose from the investment programs offered by the Stamford Trading Technologies the one which will suit you. The answer is very simple. The personal account provided to any user, whether it be the investor or the partner on the corporate website of the company. This is your finance control panel. In fact, the personal account is a high-tech program interface, which is provided absolutely free of charge and provides you with an opportunity to operate financial streams as well as to trace the efficiency of investments. With its help, you can carry out operations of replenishment of accounts, make investments, that is to transfer money under management of trade system of Stamford Trading Technologies, and to bring the profit and basic capital to your accounts in payment service providers. The personal account has a lot of opportunities. Therefore, Stamford Trading Technologies gives its users full technical support. You can ask any question connected with the use of your personal account and to receive a comprehensive answer. Therefore, within our today's event, we will have a closer look only at highlights, and we will begin with a description of the accounts available to users. Investment and transfer accounts are available to any user of a personal account, and the special partner account is available to the partners of Stamford Trading Technologies. Thanks to these accounts, each client has a convenient opportunities of his own money management and also the instrument of control and reporting in which all operations since the moment of registration of client's account are reflected. Further, we will consider each of accounts in more detail. The investment account is available to any user of Stamford Trading Technologies, and one may say that it is the most important account. Replenishment operations are carried out through it from external payment service providers, which gives you some sum of money which you can operate. Creation of investments and obtaining of investment income as interest are also available with this account. And the body of deposit, that is the seed capital which you direct under management of Stamford Trading Technologies trade system upon termination of investment term, also comes back to the investment account, and after that you certainly can create a new investment with the capital of a bigger volume, thereby having reinvested the profit you have got. The important feature of the investment account is also the possibility of implementation of internal transfer, that is, money transfer within Stamford Trading Technologies to any other user, to his transfer account. But we will talk about transfer account a little later. Now let's consider the partner account. Each client of Stamford Trading Technologies can become voluntarily a partner, and that will provide a number of exclusive opportunities such as career development and own business. I will dare to assume that many of you, dear listeners, have been attracted on today's webinar by this opportunity. In addition to the investment income, you can get considerable profits from the development of your own business due to involvement of new investors and partners into Stamford Trading Technologies. For the service of these opportunities, partners are given special partner bills, on which they receive the partner commission, partner remunerations. Other opportunities of this type of account are similar to those considered above. From the means received in the form of partner income, you can also create investment and gain investment income. Besides, you can transfer money from this account to external payment service providers or to transfer it to another user, client of Stamford Trading Technologies, to his transfer account. And finally, let's talk about the transfer account. As you probably already understood, the transfer account is intended for receiving money transfers from other users, that is, investors and partners of Stamford Trading Technologies. And you can also create investments at the expense of the received means. In case of need, the money transfer that was sent to you can be returned to the sender. As it was already told earlier, on each of accounts in a personal account, you can receive the detailed reporting on all operations and cash flows. And now, let's pass probably to the tastiest thing. Let's consider the profitability of investment strategies and its dependence on terms of placement of investments. Now you see the table showing all possible options of placement of money and the profit to expect at each of these options. The first that probably is evident at once is dependence of size of percent of weak profitability on investment term. It gives very big opportunities for investors. Please pay your attention that even with conservative strategy upon 12-month investment, the profitability, which in this case will make 3.5% a week, is higher than, for example, the investment with moderate strategy for up to 8 months, or that investments on aggressive strategy for the term of less than 6 months. It is a very important feature. Firstly, how is it reached? The answer is very simple. For longer term of investment, the trade system of Stamford Trading Technologies has more opportunities for reuse of the same seed investment capital. Speaking vernacular means make several cycles that gives additional profit over a long period of time. Secondly, it is very important to understand that risks in this case do not increase. They remain fixed. We already know from the previous slides that the conservative strategy provides the smallest risk level. How to take from it the greatest benefit, I think you already guessed. We already spoke about different types of trade strategy and mentioned in particular that the aggressive strategy gives the greatest profit. It allows to squeeze out of maximum of that investment capital which the investor has. But it also follows the rule that for the bigger term plays money, the higher is your income, and all also due to its reuse during the term of life of investment. But please, let's take a look at our screens once again and pay attention to the table. The conservative strategy gives profitability from 4 to 14% a month. It is comparable to the profitability of good business. For the sake of obtaining such profitability, the large companies are forced to work hard and risk to appear behind competitors at any moment. Do I need to mention that the given profitability is much higher than bank percent or percent which the average mutual investment fund can give? For the moderate strategy, these figures are even higher, from 7 to 17% a month. To make it even clearer, 17% a month are 204% per annum. The aggressive, most profitable strategy gives profitability from 10 to 20% a month. That is from 120 to 240 annual interest rates. It is necessary to take into account that this profitability is shown in hard currency, in US dollars. The financial markets, and in particular binary options, give exclusive opportunities in respect of liquidity and profitability, and we are ready to offer these opportunities to you. At the same time, that profit which you can get can be safely referred to category of the passive income, which is not demanding daily work from you. At last, a very important point, what you personally should choose. It can seem that due to higher profitability, the most attractive strategy is the aggressive one. It is right, but it is the most reasonable to diversify profit from the point of view of the investor. Simply speaking, to distribute money between various strategies. Here, the investor has the richest opportunities in respect of creativity and drawing up various combinations of the investment portfolio, and we are very glad to provide to you these opportunities. By the way, in the table on this slide, you can see approximate sizes of profitability per week and per month. It is important to pay attention to the fact that these sizes, are given from the calculation that a month has 4 weeks. In reality, there are months with more than 4 weeks, and it means that the actual monthly profit can be more. It should be especially noted that this table does not include the fixed investment program, as in accordance with its terms, it is not possible to invest for a period shorter than 12 months, and the amount of the investment should be equal or higher than $10,000. Nevertheless, we would like to emphasize the fact that the fixed yield strategy is currently the flagship among the company's investment products, and it allows you to make rather large investments with a significant and most important fixed interest. We would like to remind that the yield for this strategy is 22.5% per month or 270% per annum. But now let's pass to the most important. The investment income is great. It allows to get high profit on the available capital, and this profit does not demand your constant intervention as it is provided by the trade system of Stamford Trading Technologies. But any capital has one shortcoming. It is not infinite. On the contrary, it is limited, and as a result, the income which is possible to make in the form of percent, even under the most ideal conditions, is limited. Stamford Trading Technologies Partner Program allows to receive a maximum from cooperation with the company, providing the additional income in a form of partner remunerations for involvement of new investors and partners into the project. The unique, innovative partner program or a marketing plan developed by the company is an opportunity to build your own business and to move ahead on a career ladder, increasing your financial well-being. Potentially, this income is not limited, unlike your seed investment capital, and if you are a purposeful and active person, then it can exceed considerably these funds which you had initially. But let's consider partner remunerations in more detail. Stamford Trading Technologies aspires to providing partners with the highest partner remunerations. Actual sizes are presented in the table, which you can see on your screens now. Here we have to concern that each partner has some status level, on which the size of payments depends. The first status level, which can be assigned to the partner, is called agent. Already on this very first level, the agents provide in receiving payments from all 8 levels of their structures. On the next slide, you will see that career development in Stamford Trading Technologies not only is possible, but also is encouraged in every possible way, and it means that at higher levels you will be able to earn much higher rewards. But let's look at the table in more detail. For the agent status level, the size of partner remuneration from the first line makes 6.5% from the corresponding sum of investment. That is, if in your first line the investor gives $10,000 for management, then your remuneration will make $650 at once. It is of course not an absolutely passive income, at least at the beginning of creation of your structure, because for involvement of this investor you perhaps will need to carry out some work. But in the meantime, it is the fast income. That is, you should not wait until the period of validity of investment passes to receive this money. You receive them immediately. In a small town, by the way, it is a good monthly salary. That is, the person has to work for a month to receive such salary. What is more, your investor can address you by himself. You will just simply Supply him with information on profitability of investment programs of the company and earn your reward. For the agent status level, the total value of the percent paid from all 8 levels makes 18%. In order that it was clear what opportunities it opens, it is necessary to consider that at the correct development of your business on the deep levels of your structures, there can be dozens, thousands of investors and partners, because the width of each level is limited to nothing, and you can build the organization as you consider it necessary to develop your first line by personal sales or to build structure into depth. It's up to you to decide. But even if to assume that you will attract in the company only 3 new partners and each of them will do the same, then after a while your organization will look impressively, even in comparison with the large existing companies, because it will include tens or even hundreds of thousands of people from different countries of the world. The opportunities of career development given by the company allowed to climb the steps of the table quickly. For a marketing manager, the percent paid from the first line makes 7.15, and from all 8 levels, it makes 20.35%. The leading partner of the managing director level receives 26.24% from all 8 levels. It is nearly a quarter. In addition, since June 2017, the company has offered considerable bonuses for the partners for achievement of the status levels, starting from the chief manager's level. For example, when a partner reaches the chief manager status level, they receive a bonus of $5,000. Yeah, right here. And when the next level, marketing director, has been reached, it will be $25,000. And that is received in addition to partner rewards. I mentioned the opportunities of career development in Stamford Trading Technologies, and now it's time to consider these possibilities in more detail. You see the table showing possibilities of career development in Stamford Trading Technologies for partners. The agent status level can be assigned to any partner irrespective of how many people there are in his structure and what investments they have made. If he has his own investment of 100 US dollars and more, that is minimum possible size of investment. Thus, the entrance to business is actually open for all. Further growth is connected with the development of the partner, increasing his financial opportunities and his own investments, and also the growth of his structure. But conditions, believe me, are quite feasible. One can think that $25,000 is too much, but it is necessary to consider that it will be formed mainly and at the expense of your income as a partner of Stamford Trading Technologies. And once there will come the day when it will seem to you ridiculous. In Stamford Trading Technologies, we are firmly sure that we are capable to raise you to be dollar millionaires, because we know how it should be done. You, in return, can just rely on robustness of these mechanisms and methods which you can get in your hands. And financial freedom is worth certain efforts to raise and develop and to help those partners who follow you. I think that the rule of success is to act as soon as possible, and this rule distinguishes successful and rich people from all others. While someone waits for the best moment on their life, or successful circumstances, or God sent, successful people act, and only real actions, certain steps directed on improvement of quality of your life, can change something. I believe that the stated information can become a springboard for your development. You have just received valuable data on how to fulfill your dreams and to achieve in reality what many can only dream of. But if you do not begin to act right now, then this information will remain just a ballast in your brain. Do not wait for a successful moment. The best day to work is today. The best moment for start has already come. So register on the corporate website of Stamford Trading Technologies to obtain more detailed information on questions that we managed to consider at today's webinar, only in brief in view of limited time. You can also address to curator for more detailed data. It is important to understand that Stamford Trading Technologies grows and develops each day, and if today you prefer to wait, then tomorrow the most favorable available places will be simply occupied. I wish you all the best, and now our event is coming to an end. Thank you very much to attention which you paid to the products and services of Stamford Trading Technologies. I hope that the information updated today will make your life brighter, eventful and happy very soon. Visit the corporate site or watch the video about the company if you consider that the obtained information is not enough for you. And welcome to the world of the incredible future of trade technologies, which has become available to you today. Thank you for your attention.
The Stamford Trading Technologies LP was founded by experienced financial experts. Masters of their trade had united their knowledge and experience to pursue a challenging goal that is to find reliable investment strategy appropriate for mass use. And they succeeded. The strategy developed by the company's experts is capable to work satisfactory and generate profit for investors in any market circumstance. The company designed a unique software product that allows everyone interested to invest money into investment strategies and get profit. You choose term and amount to be invested yourself, and the company offers you one of 3 strategy options according to your choice. Conservative strategy is for investors who prefer to minimize risks. This strategy implicates capital maintenance and small income that is higher, though, than income of bank deposits or most of the investment funds. Balanced strategy is the perfect balance of profit and risk. This strategy allows gaining high profit against reasonable risks. It is made for those who look for the most preferable investment option. And lastly, high profitable strategies. They give you opportunity to concentrate on profit from investment activities. Risks are higher in this case than in other strategies, but nevertheless are reasonable. Notably, it provides the most effective way to place funds. You are not only able to make worthwhile investments, but also to build your own profitable business. The partnership program, developed on the multi-level marketing basis, contemplates the most favorable terms. Graduated system of rewards and partner commissions provides partner investors with the highest income. Create a user account at the site of Stamford Trading Technologies LP and discover new amazing financial capacities. You can learn more about the program from your media sponsor or at the company's webpage. Thank you for your interest. Stamford Trading Technologies LP. Technology of your success.